Well, before we move into the world money, we're going to talk about our money beliefs. Because do you think our money beliefs have anything to do with the money we do or don't have in our lives? Yes. Could be, huh? Now, here's the trick and the challenge. Because our beliefs about money typically are not conscious. They tend to dwell in our unconscious or subconscious mind, right? And so how do you do the work on a belief that you don't even know is there? That's a challenge, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. So how do you discover what your beliefs are about money? Anybody have a clue? You look at your financial results. Okay, I was going to say that again. The way you identify the beliefs you have about money is you look at your financial results. And so, for example, if you notice that when you get money, you never seem to be able to hold on to money, then look for, could there be some belief that is causing you to go out and spend money whenever you receive it? Is there some concept? Or if you discover that what's the other example? That you never seem to be able to earn more than a certain amount. You know, you can get this much, but you can never, make more than that. Then could there be a belief that is preventing you, a belief that if you earn more, people will have some opinion about you, or that you will be in some category that you don't want to be in. And so we're going to go through this little exercise that you have. This is lesson 21, and for this group, page 63. This lesson, we're going to go through and just fill in some blanks with things that you may or may not recognize as being sort of common things in our society that are often said. And here's, before you look at me, before you look at those, what I'd like you to do is, as you go through, don't think about the answers, okay? Just read the phrase and put down the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Don't think about it. Just go as quick as you can, and you can begin now, okay? Go. So I'm going to read these, and you call out what you wrote, okay? So money doesn't. Money doesn't talk. Grow on trees.
Money doesn't have trouble finding me.
Money doesn't have trouble finding me. What is it? Doesn't buy happiness. Okay, good. Great. Rich people are lucky, arrogant, generous, smart, employ others. What was yours?
Happy or sad like everyone else.
Happy or sad like everyone else. Okay. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah, this is we've all been conditioned with this, right? You know, it's sort of like, if I'm rich, I'll be happy, generous, more generous than I am now. Anyone else? What? Alone. Oh, that's a good one to look at, huh? What else? Quiet. If I'm rich, I'll be quiet. Okay. I love that.
Great, Marina. That was funny.
There's not enough money to go around to satisfy me.
My bank account now.
There's not enough money in my bank account.
I couldn't think of anything.
Okay, good. If I'm rich, other people will prosper.
Exploit my relationship.
Exploit my relationship. Can we see that? I just want to stop. Can you see with some of these that they could be good reasons why not to get rich? Who would want to have people that exploit your relationship? You know, what was yours?
They will think I'm eccentric, not just nuts, but that's okay.
Okay.
Envy me.
Anyone else? If I'm rich, people. If I'm rich, other people will share in my wealth. Be happy for me. Envy me. Yeah, good. Admire me. Okay. The blank get richer. The rich get richer. The poor get
Poor.
Uh-huh.
Think about how
What did you say? Get food stamps. The poor get food stamps. I love that. Money is blank to manage. Hard. Fun. Money is easier to manage when you practice. Okay? And anyone else? Good. Right. Isn't this fun? Money is not everything. Not bad. Money is not worth it. Oh. What else? Anyone else? Okay. I'll give money for worthy causes when I find them.
Meet the CEO, see the board, and read the spreadsheet.
Great. Anyone else? I'll give money for worthy causes when I want. Okay, great. When I can. Good. If I accept money as a gift, I'm thankful. Happy. Anyone else? What was it?
Participating in the flow of life.
Participating in the flow of life. Okay. Lucky. Good. Money doesn't buy happiness. Freedom. Everything. Okay. I will never have enough love. Time.
I'll never have enough money for all the things I want to do.
No, never have enough money for all the things I want to do. See, now you know it's cool when you get some of these, and the thing is if you really notice it, you know it's true. When you write something, you really have a sense that there's some part of you that believes that, right? Now you have something to do the work on, right? Remember this beautiful process that Janet took us through? Now you have something. You pull it out of the unconscious and you have something. If I ask for payment, I am cheap. What was? Desperate. Being honest. Good. Worthy. Completing an agreement. Doing business. Okay. Selling is? Difficult. A skill.
Providing something
What was that? Fun?
Providing
something someone needs. Anyone else? Selling is what we all do. Yeah, that's for sure, isn't it? We're always selling our ideas or our perspective or something, right? As soon as I receive money, I save. Put it in the bank. Celebrate it. Okay, good. And I never get paid enough, what I want. If I don't bill. Good. Very good. I will be happy when I
have money to spare.
Have money to spare. Jamie, what did you say?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. No, all right. So I will be happy when I understand the flow of money. Okay. When I'm traveling more. Good. Money is a tool. A necessary evil. Okay, great. I'm good. But I just want to acknowledge you, Marina, because the instruction was just to write down the first thing that comes to your mind, you know?
Yeah,
and that's great.
You get the award for the greatest negativity.
Toward money, that's all.
And
Yeah.
I probably do. And I do.
Oh.
Yeah, so and this is good exercise.
And being the most honest.
Money is dirty. So you're going to be in groups of 3, and you're going to go through, you're first going to take 1 minute. How long? 1 minute to circle the things you wrote that may be beliefs that don't serve you. Okay? And then you're going to, and then you'll take 2 minutes each to go through any items you wrote that you thought, how could I reframe that in a way? What's the belief that I would prefer to have? What's the belief that will serve me? Because how do we change beliefs in general? Is we identify a new belief and then create a pattern of taking action aligned with that belief. Does that make sense? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. But the first step is becoming conscious about what those beliefs are and then making the choice. I want to shift this. I want to change this. So for 1 minute to go through, just circle the things that may not be supporting or serving you. and then 2 minutes each to go through and brainstorm with your group about what could be a new belief or a new way of saying this or framing this that resonates with you. Is that clear? Who came up with a new belief that you feel really good about? You like your new belief better than your old belief?
Well, I came up on my own that money is really a beautiful tool, and one of my colleagues kind of really shared very nicely that it does grow on trees, and that, yeah, you have a little bit, it's green, you let the sun shine in, you water it, you nurture it, you take care of it. So,
and it's made out of paper, which comes from trees, by the way.
Right, and it's also, the trees are out there in the dirt as well, so it's okay to be dirty because it's growing out there. But no, that money is really a beautiful tool, and that I really look forward. I want to turn it around and really create a positive relationship with it.
Fabulous. Nice. Yay. So I want to give you a perspective that I found to be very useful as I was thinking about money. And this has to do with, this is how it came up for me originally, is because I'd be in situations where I was speaking to a group and I was going to make an offer for them to purchase something, okay? And I noticed I would clamp up when I was making an offer. And so one of the things that I noticed, I realized, is that I wasn't really making an offer. I was making an invitation. I was inviting them. Whether they chose to accept my invitation or not had nothing to do with me, number one. Number two, I realized that when you offer your services to someone else, that the money that they pay to you, whether it's a business that's hiring you or a client who's paying you, the amount of money that they're paying you, you could say, well, I asked for what I'm worth. Fine. You could say that I need the money because I need to pay my bills. That's a typical reason why people think they need money, right? And I'd like to give you a different perspective on it. Because my experience is, in our society, not necessarily in all societies around the world, but in our Western society, that money is very much related to commitment. The more money someone pays, the more committed they are to getting the value from what they paid. Does that make sense? And the other thing that I noticed is that when I would give away my services or give away my knowledge or my information, frequently it wasn't valued. Frequently I would make the commitment to be there and to be present for someone, and they wouldn't be, or they wouldn't take advantage of what I had given in one way or another. And I think this also applies in the context, even if you're working for a company. If a company's not paying you very much, then they put a much lower value on the contribution you're making to the company. If they're paying you a lot, then they put a much higher value, and they're much more committed to being able to get the value from you for the money that they're paying. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And what I noticed in my own experience was that it wasn't much fun working with people who weren't committed. Because I know that I have knowledge that can absolutely transform people's lives. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. And yet, if I share that knowledge with someone who's not committed to learning, then it's what's that thing, that saying, throwing pearls before swine or some such thing, right? It's like it's a waste. And it's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling because I want to give. And isn't that true of you? How many of you love to give what you have, your knowledge, your wisdom, your help, your advice, your support, your love? Yeah, don't we love to do this? So the joy comes from being able to give to someone in a meaningful way, right? And so I came to realize that this aspect of receiving money had nothing to do with me being able to pay my bills. It had nothing to do with my worth. Whether I was valuable or not, whether I'm valuable or not has nothing to do with what someone else thinks, It's what I think about my value. But both those things, my value and my need to pay my bills, they're what I would say is they're secondary influences. It's not that they're not there. If someone feels that I'm valuable, then they're going to be more likely to invest in a product, a program, a service that I provide. I mean, that's certainly true. But these are secondary. The primary value of the money that you receive from someone else is the level of commitment that they're making to be able to gain from you what you have to give. And this is in a professional setting, not in a personal relationship. Does that make sense? So, and what I found for me is it shifted the whole thing. And so how much I charge for my services now didn't have to do with how much I thought I was worth, or how much it costs me to deliver the service, or how much my bills are. It no longer has anything to do with that. It has everything to do with the level of commitment I need to make in order to be able to serve that person. And if the level of commitment I'm making is really high, then I'm going to expect a really high level of commitment from the others. Does that make sense? And if the level of commitment that I'm making is low, then I'm going to ask a low level of commitment for them. So for example, if I may, to be able to be at a live event and to spend the time and the energy to organize and to put it together and to provide personal attention to the participants, that requires a much higher level of commitment than when I put together a set of videos or a program that I offer online. The initial effort may be similar, but over the long term, I don't have to continue making that commitment. Does that make sense? And so I can offer that at a lower fee to people, and because I don't expect the same level of commitment. Is this making sense to all of you? Yeah. And so it's not that if someone pays you, it has nothing to do with how valuable you are. Obviously, it's your perceived value is important. It's not that it doesn't have anything to do with you being able to pay your bills. But my point here is that those are secondary. And the primary thing is, to what level of commitment are you making to the other, and what do they need to pay in order for them to match you at the same level of commitment?